I'm here today at the playground, and I'm going to show you that you don't need expensive equipment to get a great workout. This is something you can do with your whole family. You bring your daughters, your sons, your wife, come out here for a day of fitness at the playground. You can see I brought a couple other things that we could use. I'm going to show you those. Here's some elastic bands. We have some kettlebells here. They're from Russia, and they're becoming more popular. I think even a lot of the sporting goods stores sell them. So we're going to go through some of the drills you can do with the kettlebells. I have my buddy here, Brad. He's a fitness instructor as well. And we're going to go through and show you a full body workout, all the different exercises you can hit with no equipment. So thank you for watching the video, and bring your family out for a great day of fitness here at the playground. Thank you. Hey, we're going to show you some push-up variations. If you can't do a full push-up, what we're going to do is we're going to do an incline push-up. Takes a lot of the stress off your chest and kind of deloads your body weight. So we're just going to do a partial push-up here. Elbows in. Keep the shoulders protected. As you get stronger, you can move down further. Okay? So you get to the full execution. And when we do push-ups here, we don't want our elbows out here. Okay, we want our elbows tucked and our shoulders protected. When we come out here, this is when we start getting into problems. A lot of the guys, they bench out here, they do push-ups out here, and it wrecks your shoulders because it puts a lot of stress on your AC joint, and it leads to impingement and irritation up there. So what we're going to do when we do push-ups, we're going to set up here, and we're going to tuck our elbows. Here, up. Here, up. We want our head in line with the spine. Multiple sets. Usually you come down here, do 3 or 4 sets of 10, and that's all you need for chest. And we're going to show you some different variations of the push-up that are a little harder. Here's a harder variation Brad's going to show you. He's going to elevate his feet and do push-ups right off the slide. Elbows are tucked, head's in line with the spine. He's going to bang out 8 reps here. As you progress from the incline push-up to the regular push-up, this is the next progression where you elevate the feet. Great job, Brad. I'm going to show you the same thing that Brad just did, but this time we're going to take a foot up and make it even harder. This one is going to be a one-footed back foot elevated push-up, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to counterbalance with our abdominals and our core and make sure it's tight and rigid so we don't rotate during the movement. Sit up right here. One foot down. That's tough. You got to try that out. So Brad's going to show you another variation. This one we're going to have a staggered hand position. One hand's going to be low, one hand's going to be high, as you can see here. Nice. And this is just putting different stress across the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Good, Brad. He's going to grab this band, the band that we brought with us. This is a jump stretch band, but you can also get banded tubing and ribbon band from Perform Better, but this jump stretch band is pretty handy. It's come from elitefitness.com. This is going to overload the movement even more. As he goes toward lockout, the band's going to stretch, and it's going to be a lot more pressure, a lot more tension. This is an advanced movement, but it's something you can work towards. Good. Here's another push-up variation, another staggered grip. Brad did it this way. I'm going to do my one hand elevated. The idea is just get creative. Elevate your feet, elevate your hands, stagger your foot, and you can go off one leg, one hand. Just get creative. There's many different possibilities. The idea is just to have fun and just get a good workout in. Another variation is what's called a beyond the range push-up. We're going to use our kettlebells that we brought with us, but you can also use some of the holds here at the playground equipment. What we're going to do is make sure This involves not only our chest, shoulders, and triceps. We're going to get our grip involved because we've got to squeeze the kettlebells real hard so they don't flop around on us. Okay? Again, body line is straight, head's in line with the spine. Take a deep breath. You're going to tuck your elbows. And Brad, when we're shooting this, just kind of pan around if you want. Brad's going to do what's called a Hindu push-up. Basically, we start in a pike position. You have to have good hamstring flexibility. He's going to arch up, straighten his legs, and he's going to shoot down real close to the ground. A lot of stress on the triceps. Once he shoots through, he goes right back to the starting position. Lots of stress there. He arches, nice stretch. Come right down through, drive your feet straight back. Good. A lot of martial artists use this for a warm-up or conditioning. It's also great because it stretches out your back and your shoulders. Especially for those of you who are in the office all day at the keyboard, crashing on the computer. You want to make sure you incorporate these exercises just to open up that back and restore your posture. We're going to show you our last push-up variation. Now we're going to add the unstable component to the push-up. We're going to do push-ups on these swings right here, and as you're going to see is they're going to be shaking. I'm going to have to restabilize as I go down throughout the movement. So this is the last variation we're going to do, and you can just use the normal swings for this. So what's next after chest? We're going to go to the back. Now many of you think, well, I can't do pull-ups, so what can I do for my back? Well, Brad and I are going to show you a progression that you can use to move from not being able to do a pull-up to hitting multiple sets and reps of pull-ups. The pull-up is a great exercise, one of the best for building the upper back, but many people can't do it because they don't have good relative strength. They can't move their own body weight. So what we're going to do is show you progression leading up to the pull-up. Okay, so you'll be able to do this and progress to your goal. So let's get started. Right here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a leaning row. We're going to use our body weight as resistance, but we're not going to have the full body weight, so we're going to do it on an incline. All I'm going to do is stand up on this, and I'm just going to lean back. Get a good stretch, and I'm going to pull up. Elbows are tucked, head's in line with the spine, and pull. You're going to feel there's a big resistance on the posterior delts and the lats. You want to get a good stretch, and I'm going to pull up. I'm just using my own body weight. Good. Great, so that's the first progression. I can't do a pull-up at this point, but I'm going to use my body weight and I'm going to start moving. I'm going to target the upper back, and this is one of the great ways, an incline row, okay? We're going to move to what's called an inverted row. Once we get good with these, we're going to be able to go underneath. Let's see, let's find a good spot. Come with me here. All right, so now I'm going to do what's called an inverted row. We came from the incline. We're coming over here, but I can't do the full inverted row where I'm planked in a full position. Okay, this body weight is too much for me to row. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend my knees, okay? I'm going to take off half my body weight. I'm going to hit these for reps. Push my hips up. Now as I get stronger, I can go to the full version where I'm utilizing my full body weight. I'm in a plank position. Okay, and we're going to show you those here in just a second. Straighten my body out. Come up, touch my chest. Okay, it's the next progression. Keep your body straight and rigid, head in line with the spine. Good. So that's the next progression. That's what's called an inverted row. Call these an incline row, go into an inverted row. Okay? So let's move on, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our bands to deload our body weight when we go toward a pull-up movement. So Brad's going to start. He's going to use the bands, the jump stretch bands that we brought with us, and he's going to tie them up to the bar that's in a high position. We're going to start showing you how we're progressing in these pull-ups. Now, he's going to start with this green band over here because it provides us with less resistance of our own body weight. The band is bigger. He's going to step in the band. As you can see, there's a lot of tension there. He steps in the band and he straightens his leg out. Now what that's going to do is it's going to help him perform this pull-up. Go ahead, Brad. Good. Straighten all the way out. Good. His leg is straight. He's keeping his body rigid. And he's performing pull-ups, something we couldn't do before. But we progressed from our rows series. Now we're deloading the pull-up with this green band. Now Brad's going to jump down. Good position. Good. Takes his foot out of the green. Now the green provides us with greater assistance. He's going to go to the purple band. It's smaller and it provides less assistance than the green. Same movement. He's going to perform pull-ups. But this time he's got more of the commitment than the band does. And he has to be pulling a lot harder to get his chin up over that bar. Great. Go ahead, Brad. Step out of there. Now once we get through this, if you still can't perform a pull-up, we go back to the green for a while, progress to the purple, and then we go to body weight again. Just keep working. Eventually you're going to start banging out reps of the pull-up. Now Brad's just going to show you a normal pull-up here. Hand position about a little bit greater than shoulder width. Good. He's got the full amount right here. He's doing them all unassisted. Great. Good job. So Brad showed you the shoulder width pull-up. As you get better and as you get stronger, we're going to open up our hands a little bit. And you can see here, I'm going to go wide on these. These are called wide grip pull-ups. Same as narrow grip, just a little wider. And they're a lot more difficult. So same position, I'm going to keep my body position tight, head's in line with the spine, and I'm going to pull up. As you can see, the playground is great because it gives you a lot of opportunities to be creative. Now we went from the row down there, knees bent, we progressed to a straight leg. We can also do rows up here. Change my hand position. Go vertical with one. Go really wide. Just get creative. You're still working your back. Pull-ups aren't the end all, but they're a great exercise. So we want to be able to progress to them, be able to move our own body weight. But if we can't, we can still deload our body weight, change our hand positions, and still get a good back workout. Brad's going to do a narrow grip, hammer, or neutral position hands. Good. Just a different opportunity to work the back in a different hand position. Great. So now we're going to increase the difficulty of the pull-up even greater. We're going to do pull-ups in an L-sit position. So we're not only working our back, we're also working our abdominals. Now this is an advanced movement. It might be too hard to do at this moment, but it's something you can work toward. Basically what we're doing is we get in an L-sit position and we just start doing pull-ups.
That's good.
That's tough. So now, remember, we brought these kettlebells with us. I'm going to show you some back movements for these kettlebells. But you have to remember, kettlebells are one tool. It could be a dumbbell, it could be elastic bands. We're going to show you some variations there. It could be a whole bunch of different things. Kettlebells are what we have today. But if you have a set of dumbbells, you have a easy curl bar, you have something that gives you resistance, bring it with you to the playground. That's what you're going to use. All right, let's go over here and look at some stuff we're going to do for back and posterior shoulders and delts. We're going to do a row, and I'm going to show you two different variations for the row. Then we're going to do a skier, and then we're going to do some posterior flies. So come over here and watch me. We're going to set up here in a plank position. Our back's going to be arched down, our head's going to be neutral in line with our spine. We're going to have good form here. So we set up here, spread our feet out, get a good base, arch down, heads down. We're going to start rowing. Get a good cadence in here. We don't want to throw it. We don't want to do any of this. Okay? Good cadence. We stay neutral. Don't let that shoulder sag way down. We keep it retracted, and we keep it right here. The problem with sitting at the computer all day is you go into a kyphotic posture where we're just slumped forward working on the keyboard all day. So we got to pull that back and improve our posture. So when we do any type of row, we're going to lock that shoulder in place. We don't want it to sag, all right? So that was a row. Let's look at a different row. This row is going to be a higher row to the head, and our elbow is going to be up higher. So before our row was here, now we're going to abduct our arm and come right up here. Arm should be 90 degrees when we're finished. Good. Now we're going to pull in our lat and do what I call skiers. Take the dumbbell or the kettlebell and just ski it back. Good. Bring your head a little bit further if you want. Keep your shoulder up. Good. Now each one of those are different exercises. You don't want to do them all unless you're advanced or you just want to blow yourself out. But we want to target 8 to 10 reps of each. If you want to go for a little bit more endurance, you can go for 12, 15 reps. If you want to go a little heavier, you have a heavier dumbbell, shoot for 6 or 8. But do a combination of exercises and a combination of sets and reps. That's going to give you your best result. So our last movement, we did the rows, we did the abducted rows, we did the skiers. Now we're going to do a posterior fly. And make sure I'm just demonstrating the right side of your body, but you've got to do both sides if you're doing unilateral movements. So right now we're going to do a posterior fly. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our arm and we're going to swing it out. Okay? We have one, we keep our shoulder back, pack that shoulder in the socket. We're coming straight out here. We don't want to come down here, okay, because that's the easier movement. You're pulling in more lat. We're doing more posterior delt. We're coming straight out here. We don't want to swing it, we want to pull it. So Brad's got the bands we brought with us, and we're going to show some more back movements. We're going to show some shoulder movements, some posture movements. Brad's going to start with a face pull. Basically what he's doing is pulling it straight to his neck, heads up, neutral, in line with his spine. This helps with posture and the retractors of the upper back. You can see Brad's back is retracted and it's tight. And what you're going to imagine is a tennis ball right here. and he's just pinching on that tennis ball and pulling it straight back. Again, this is going to counterbalance all the stuff you do the 23 hours a day where you're sitting on your butt, you're sitting in front of the computer. So this is going to help out with that. Now Brad's going to do some one-arm rows, again targeting the back. He's going to pack that shoulder in there before he rows. Good. And the idea too is he's not only working his back, he's working his core, because he's anti-rotating. He's creating a stability where he's preventing his torso from rotating. So that also provides better posture for your upper body. Good. He's hitting both sides here, creating a balance. You want to make sure whatever we're doing with the right hand, we're doing our left hand. And then he's going to move into a two-arm version. And the idea here is we don't want to tuck our chin. We want our face and our chin in line with our torso, in line with our spine. And he's going to pack those shoulders in and roll it right to his upper chest. Good. You can see here, he's not letting the band pull him forward. He's staying in good position. Heads up. Good. Now Brad's going to do similar variation where he's doing a straight arm pull down. The lats are involved in shoulder extension, so we have to work shoulder extension just to get a balance to the movements that we're doing. Brad's going to pick his head up a little bit. Good. Coming straight down. Very difficult. You can change the tension of the band just by stepping closer to the anchor point. Good. And these are similar to the skiers I just did with the kettlebell. Great job, Brad. Now Brad's going to show you a different variation for the row. This one is going to help with the strength and stability of your erectors, which are the stabilizers of your lower back. You can see right here we want to keep a neutral spine. We're going to be arched. Brad's not going to round his back. He's going to stay there, and once we get in position, this is going to start building muscular endurance in the muscles that are important for our posture. So Brad's going to do these rows here when he's locked in place. Good. He's standing. He's got his feet inside the loops. Good. He's going to move to a two-arm row. Good. As he comes up, you can actually pull the bands apart a little bit to increase the tension. Again, his back is arched in a good position. Great job. The last movement we're going to show for the back is more of a chaotic movement, or more random movement. This is something that mimics what's required for life, what's required for sports. And when I say chaotic movement, you remember the monkey bars. Well, we're going to do monkey bars again. Okay, and Dad, Mom, these are great for you, not only for you, but for the kids. So the kids want to get off their butt, get away from the Xbox, and start moving again. And this is something we all did as a kid, and we can still go back to it. We want to make sure, though, that we're strong in our shoulders and strong in our back, because this is an advanced movement. The kids can get away with it. The older adults, like myself and you, want to make sure that, you know, we build some type of foundation strength with all the rows and all the pull-ups that we've been doing. Okay, so get the kids up here, make sure that they're in a position where they can do it, and do it safely, but you can do it as well. So you start here, you start going around. All the different hand positions. And that's tough. And that's the most advanced movement we're going to show. But again, we got to start moving again. This is something we did as a kid, and we can go back to it. And it builds one heck of a strong shoulder and a strong back. So that's something I recommend you do once you get established and start moving again. And we've done a few things for posterior delts, but we're going to show you some more shoulder exercises that you can incorporate. Now we brought kettlebells and bands, but we're going to show you some bodyweight movements as well that target the shoulders. We're going to start out with kettlebells. Again, if you have dumbbells, you have a barbell, you can use that as well. If you have rocks, you have a sandbag, different things like that. They all work. Alright, so we're going to just show the normal military press. I'm going to do it with one kettlebell. You too as well. You don't have to have two dumbbells and one bar. You can do a unilateral movement. That improves the stability as well, because as you're pressing one arm, you have to stabilize the other side. So you not only want to incorporate bilateral movements where you're fixed, with the barbell, you want to do some unilateral stuff as well. So here's a kettlebell. If you've used them before, you know there's a little bit technique to them. I'm not going to go over that in detail, but suffice it to say, you can move it into position that you can press it without having great technique. So with a dumbbell, basically what you do is you clean it and you press it, okay, and down. If you have shoulder problems, you want to stay in a neutral position right here. You want to press in a hammer grip position. Okay, if you have no shoulder problems, you can come out and rotate a little bit to lock out the kettlebell or dumbbell. So if I'm new to a kettlebell, I can pick it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up here and just lay it right here. All I did was pick it, twist it, and lay it on my forearm. Now from here, I use my lat and my shoulders and I press. Lock it. If I'm not comfortable with kettlebells, I can just hold it here, lock it. Lock it. If it's a dumbbell, it'll be more in this position. Okay, if I have a shoulder problem, I'm going to press it in a hammer position. Okay, make sure you hit both sides. Again, neutral position. If you have shoulder problems, or if I have a dumbbell, I'll probably be out here. Either way, we're targeting the shoulders. And that's with an implement that is a free weight. So we also have bands we brought with us, and as you can see, pretty simple to move into a pressing movement. All you got to do, stand on it, and you got it. You curl it, and then you press it. Watch. Drive my foot down, set up my body, make sure I stand tall. I curl it around, and I press it. Okay, curl it, press it. Now the idea is, I can stay up top and just press it all day. But we want to get a quick workout, involves multiple muscle groups, and compound movements. So nothing's more compound than from a curl into a press. Okay, it's like a clean press. So we're not only getting our biceps, but we're also getting our shoulders. So I recommend that if you have a band, you can also go with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, curl it and then press it. We're killing two birds with one stone, and we'll get out of here sooner and go with our family, have a nice dinner. Press it here, boom. Curl, press. Curl, press. Come over here. Curl, press. Curl, press. You can see I'm shaking a little bit. That's because as I go toward lockout, the tension on the band increases. Tension on the band increases, my strength has to increase and drive that band to lockout. Now if you're unstable and you don't do a lot of overhead pressing, it's going to shake. But as you do it more and more, you improve your technique, improve the stability of your shoulder, and it's going to shake less and less. Brad's going to show you some more variations with the band for our shoulders. He's going to show us a lateral, a shoulder lateral, and this is basically targeting the medial portion of the delts right here. And what you're going to see is, as Brad comes up, he's not coming straight out. He's coming at a diagonal out front. See that? That's a better position for the shoulder. Now this is a lot of tension. Brad's pretty strong, so you might not be able to start out with that amount of tension. He's going to hit both sides. If I get him from the side, you can see it's in a about 45 degree angle from the midline of his body. Heads up, neutral position. Good. Now he's going to show you a front raise in a neutral position. His hands are going to be in a hammer grip. Thumbs are up. He's going to let him come down. You actually got to pull a lot with your back and your lats to get that in the position. Good. Hands are going to come up. And this is just targeting the shoulders and the back again. Good position. Now Brad's going to put that down and show you the same movements with the kettlebell. He's going to grab that blue one real quick. I'll show you that lateral raise. It's going to come out. Good. Again, this can be with a dumbbell. He's not going to go up so high. It's going to come out right there. Yep. Go to the other side.
Good, and it's about 45 degrees out. Now he's going to go to a hammer grip. Both handles, or one handle, he's going to have both hands on it, and just pull it up. Good, perfect. Regulating his breathing, bracing with each movement. Multiple reps. Good job, Brad. Now we're going to move on to the arm section. Brad's going to show you an incline curl. Basically, he's using his own body weight and performing a curling motion to target the biceps. Good. And this is for people who haven't been training in a while. Mom and dad have been inactive due to their jobs, stress of life, kids, everything. So we're just going to start out slow and just use our own body weight. And we're going to perform an incline bicep curl. Head's in line with the spine. You should feel a good burn on your biceps as you get more and more tired. Good. Now Brad's going to move over here. We're going to grab these bands again. He's going to stand on the bands, and depending on his strength levels, he's going to curl it. Going to turn his hands under. Head's going to be up, chest is up, elbows at the side. And the idea is he doesn't want to arch his back and swing. He's just going to use his strength to curl these up. Good. Now what he's going to do is just move to a one-hand movement. Same movement. Posture's going to stay neutral. Curl them down. Good. Good. Now we're going to target the brachioradialis, or we're going to perform a hammer grip. Yep, you can do it. He's going to squeeze the band. Good. And he's just working the muscle right there that crosses the elbow a little bit more and targeting the biceps as well. Good. Now he's going to do a reverse curl. He's going to grab the band as if he was performing a curl, but his palms are going to be down. Good. And again, just working a different angle of the bicep. He's going to perform a double reverse curl. Palms are going to be down. Excellent. Keep working. Give me 6 of those. I like making them tired. Look, he's getting tired. Good job. Good. Set that down. Let's do some hammer curls with the kettlebell. Grab that yellow one. Let's kick it up a little bit. So now we're going to do a hammer curl. He's going to grab both sides of the kettlebell handle. Yep. He's just going to do a curl. Good. There you go. Alright, let's perform a regular curl with that. Here we go. Now, like I said, you can have a dumbbell perform the same thing. We got kettlebells today because they're kind of unique and something you guys can do a lot of different things with. Hitting both sides. He's not swinging it. He's using his biceps through a full range of motion. Great. I'm going to show you a movement that's more advanced for biceps. We're using a lot of back for as well. We're going to try to climb this pole here, and I recommend that you only do this once you get stronger and you can start working your way up. Like I said, if you're not at a position where you can climb it, just work here, okay? Using our biceps and our back, pull it up. We get strong, we can do 1. Okay? But as you get stronger, you'll be able to do different things. So we're going to climb this up, see how far I can go. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, but I'm going to show you that you can do an advanced bicep workout and also a lot of back as well. Perform that for multiple reps.
Nice.
That's not easy, but it's fun. Work your way up, do the kettlebell stuff, do the biceps on the bands, do the inverted bicep curls, move yourself up to this. And like I said, you don't have to perform the full movement. You can do a partial movement. We're using part of your body weight, unilaterally, bilaterally. So now we're going to show you the second and final version of this this climbing, the pole climbing. We're at here at the swing set, and we could use it at different parts of the playground, but we decided to come over here because it has a nice angle and they're real close together. So we're going to climb up this. Before we climbed up this way, now we're going to use 2 poles and see how far we can get. Like I said, it's advanced movement. If you can't do the full thing, just use part of your body weight. Use your biceps and your back, okay? And then progress to the full movement. Let's see what we can do.
When you're up top, do some pull-ups. There you go.
That's tough.
Brad's going to do a narrow grip push-up, and his elbows are going to stay real tight to his back. He's going to target his triceps here. Again, because we're at an incline, he's not doing his full body weight. Now he's going to transition to the full execution of the movement. He's going to put his hands on the ground, make a diamond with his hands. Good. He's going to stay real tight. And just performing a push-up with his hands real close and just targeting his triceps. Good.
Right now we're going to do an overhead tricep extension. We've got our bands again. We're stepping in it. We're going to do 2 hands, so we're going to take this right over our head. I'm just going to extend up.
Good. Couple more.
Good. You can also do kickbacks with this kettlebell or a dumbbell. What we do is we sit up like we're doing a row. We pull it right to our side. From here, we just extend back.
Good. Come on.
Good. Hit both sides. We're ready to move on to the next exercise. I'm going to show you a basic tricep extension with just the band. All you're going to do is loop it over where we did our pull-ups, put it through itself, and just cinch it tight. From here, get a nice position here, and we just push it straight down. If that's too light, just move your hands up. Block out each rep. Good arch position in the back. If you want to get creative, move right to a unilateral movement. Grab both sides of the band. Straight down. You can superset this with one of our chest movements, bicep movements. And what you want to do is just keep moving back and forth. A push-pull, an extension, flexion, just alternating the movements, and you're going to get done a lot quicker. Good. If you want to come out here like this, you can stand out here. Just extend it out. Again, move your hands out into a hammer position. Let it come out. You don't need to go to the gym to hit dips. You have dips right here. Here's the hand railing, walking up the stairs, the steps to a higher platform. Right here, this is our dipping platform. We come right up, and the idea here is just to push up. Now this is an advanced movement. If you can't do it, go to the bands, go to the seated tricep dips. Here, if you can handle your own body weight, you want to keep your chin up, a little bit tucked, and as you come down, you're going to move forward just a little bit and move your hands and your arms into a 90-degree position.
Good.
Good. You can hit 4 sets of 15 of that, preceded by some curls or some chest or some dips or some lunges or squats. You have a good full body workout.
All right, Brad's going to move into the lower body series. We're going to do body weight squats to start out with. Now I'm going to tell you what he's doing here. He's going to go shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. His knees are going to track over the toes. His arms are going to be up, because we know if his arms are up, his chest will be up and his head will be up. He's going to go through a full range. He's going to squat all the way down. Good. Keep working. Do a couple more there, Brad. Excellent. Chest is up. Arms are up. Arms have a tendency to dip down, so make sure you keep them up the whole way. Now he's going to grab our external resistance. In this case, it's the kettlebell. Could be a dumbbell or a band. He's going to hold it right there and just do some squats. Excellent. Great. Now he's going to drop the kettlebell down and do some deadlifts. Good. Spreads his knees out, tracks over the toes, heads up, chest up. Let's do 2 more. Extends. Excellent. Now he's going to rack the kettlebell. With a dumbbell, you can still put it in the same position. Racks it up there. Now he's going to do some squats. Now this is impressive because it's a unilaterally loaded movement. He's got all the weight on his right side, which means his left side has to work harder to stabilize. Let's do a couple more here. Make sure you hit both sides on that. Now he's going to put it overhead. Now he's going to squat down. This is even more impressive. This is a hard movement. It's an overhead squat. You can see here his body's leaning a little bit. He's got to stabilize and counterbalance that weight. Good. This is an advanced movement. Make sure you're ready for it. But I just wanted to show you it for demonstration purposes. Now he's going to hold the kettlebell out in front of him in a front lateral movement when he squats. And this is a brace squat. It's improving your core stability. Making sure the kettlebell doesn't dip. His chest is perfectly upright. He's sitting down between his legs. His knees come out. He's bracing with each rep. Great job, Brad. Right. Brad's going to do a 1-leg squat. This is basically, he's going to keep his arms out in front of him to brace. He's going to go down, squeeze his abs until his back leg touches the ground. Good. Up. Excellent. Good. Good. Now the idea, he's going to switch legs here. The idea is to make sure that back leg isn't pushing up. Go down, squeeze. Very difficult. Let's go back up. Try one more. Each rep doesn't have to be perfect. You just try to stabilize. Go down to your toe touches. Come right back up. Good. Now that's the first version, sometimes called a pistol, but it's a 1-legged squat. He's going to turn around with his butt facing the picnic table, and he's going to move away from the picnic table just a little bit, and what he's going to do is put his leg that's not working, he's going to pick it up in the air, and he's going to point it straight out. Arms are coming out the brace, and he's going to go down until his butt touches the table, and he's going to drive straight back. And the idea is he's not going to bounce off the picnic table. He's going to touch and drive straight up, and locking that leg out. And when you lock that leg out, you're going to drive that, your glutes there. Your glutes are going to lock it out. And we need to start activating the glutes because they're important for our posture and for our hip stability. Good. Do a couple more here. Going to go down, touch, drive straight up. He's just going to touch. He's not going to bounce. Drive straight up. Good. That's the second version of the 1-legged squat. Now he's going to elevate his back foot. This is sometimes called the Bulgarian split squat. Basically, it strengthens the knee and the quads, but also provides stability to the knee and the hips. So when he goes down, he's going to just squat down. His chest is going to stay up. He's going to come over that foot. Good. Again, providing stability to the knee and improving the quad strength and also stretching the quads at the same time. Good job, Brad. Straight down. Good. You can see that front leg comes forward a little bit. That's okay. Sometimes if you have a knee problem, you want to make sure you keep that at 90 degrees. This time he's going to grab a kettlebell and do the same movement. He's going to hold it at his chest. Come straight down. Bracing with each rep. He's going to lock out that front leg, the working leg. And you can see here he's not going to sway side to side. He's going to stay right in the same position. If there's a weakness, you'll see yourself moving side to side. Good. He's driving straight up, finishing with the glutes, staying upright, making sure that knee is stable and those ankles are stable. Good.
Brad was doing a lot of squatting movements. He also showed a deadlift with the kettlebell. I'm going to show you some deadlifts with this picnic table, and we'll show you two different versions. We'll show you conventional stance, which is a narrow stance. We're going to show you the sumo stance, which distributes the weight across your glutes and your hamstrings and your hips. Okay, so here's the conventional setup. We're going to deadlift this picnic table. We're going to arch. Okay, we're going to push our abdominals out, brace, come down, heads in line with the spine, slightly up, and we're going to have a nice ramp in our lower back. We're going to stay neutral. Come down here, we're going to extend up. Extend up. Extend up. Now, that's a conventional setup. We can also do a sumo setup where feet are slightly wider than shoulder width, toes pointed out. As we go down to meet the picnic table, our knees are going to come out. Okay, as our knees come out, we stay upright and our back stays arched. We're going to drive up. And when we finish, I told you, the gluteals are important for posture. Okay, we need to activate our glutes, improve the posture at our hips, and improves the posture up top. Okay, so we need to activate those glutes, and that's how we're going to finish the movements. Driving hard with our glutes to finish and straighten out.
Good.
Now we're going to do some cleans. We can do a clean and press with this table. This one's kind of narrow, so I'm going to grab it right here. Okay, but you can also grab it here, but I don't like to do that because of the position it puts the biceps in. So we're going to grab it out here, we're going to clean it up, and we're going to press it. We're just doing a clean and press for the picnic table. We don't have any other equipment with us. We don't need it. We're just utilizing what's at the playground. So we're going to clean it and press it. Okay? Clean it, press it.
Nice.
Now, you can notice that my starting position is very similar to when we did the deadlifts. We're going to be arched. We're going to meet the bar and we're going to extend our glutes and our hips. If we do that hard enough, it imparts momentum to the picnic table, and the picnic table just floats up and I catch it. Then I press and I lock overhead, and when I lock it, I'm pushing my head through. Because I want to make sure I'm getting a full range of motion in my upper back to make sure that my posture is right. I want to keep my posture up. I don't want to be slouched. Okay, so set up like I'm doing a deadlift. Extend, press, head through. Down, extend.
Come on, a couple more after this. Nice.
Just like that. That's all you need. Picnic table and some hard work.
Alright, so Brad's going to show you some more stuff to target the posterior chain. Right now we're going to do what's called a Romanian deadlift. We have two different size kettlebells, but that's alright. You can make sure that when you do them, your dumbbells are the same size as your barbell. Brad's going to arch, and he's not bending in half. He's just sliding his hips back. He's going to remain neutral with his spine. And he's sliding his hips back. And as he slides his hips back, the kettlebells run right down his leg. Now he's going to do what's called a good morning. He's going to move his feet out a little bit, toes slightly turned out. He's going to grab the kettlebell and tight to his chest, and again, moving his hips back. Finishes with a hard glute contraction to move up to neutral posture. Arch, 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 and extend. Good. Excellent. Now he's going to do the same good morning movement with a band. Basically what he's going to do is step inside the band, put the band over his neck, and he's going to perform the same movement. He's going to arch hard, slide his hips back, finish with a glute contraction. Extend. Good. Good. A couple more. Lower back is neutral, and this is targeting, again, the glutes and hamstrings. Now Brad's going to come over here. He's going to do a back extension. Found a good spot for that. He's going to put his feet up there. Alright. So now Brad's going to do a reverse hyper. He's going to hold on tight here. His feet are going to be together. His toes are going to be pointed up. He's going to extend out. He's going to go all the way down. Got to move his feet out. Good. Now he's not going to go into hyperextension or hyperflexion. He's going to let it come down. Extend up. Squeezing his glutes and his hamstrings. Toes are down. Excellent. Good. Again for your lower back and glutes and hamstrings. Lower back stabilizing. Hit this for a lot of reps. This is important for your strength of your lower back. Good. Brad's going to do a back extension in the same spot now. This time he's extending his torso instead of his trunk. I'll go and hold his feet.
Go ahead, I got you.
Stand up. Brad's performing lunges right now. You make it one fluid motion. He hits, drops straight down. His torso is going to be upright. His knee's going to track over his toe. Stay about 90 degrees. A little bit further is okay. Good. He's just going to continuous motion. And you can overload this movement again by holding dumbbells in your hands. Or you could hold a dumbbell across your chest, whichever you prefer. From the lunges, he's going to move into a step up. Again, we're utilizing the picnic table. And we're driving that front foot. The back leg shouldn't drive anything. He's just pushing up with his front foot. The weight is through the center of his foot, through his heel. He's driving straight up. Locking out. Alternating fashion. Good. Perform this for high reps. You can also add some external weight into this. We're just showing the body weight movement here just for form demonstration. Foot steps down, drives through the heel, straight up. Good.
Alright, we're showing some core stability exercises. We're going to move into a plank position. This one is important because it improves our ability to brace our abdominals. If you're able to brace our abdominals, we're able to perform compound movements and move free of injury and prevent our back from becoming injured again. So we want to be able to control what's happening in our torso. And one way to do that is through what we're going to show is planks. We're going to show planks here on an incline. That's easier than the full version. Basically what you do is set up in a push-up position and you just stay there. Heads down in line with the spine. And we just brace our abdominals outward. If you hold this for 30 seconds to a minute, rest assured it'd be very tough. So what you want to do is shoot for times like that. Now a variation of this is on your sides. Again, we're doing it from the incline. This is the side plank position. As you can see, you want to stay in a straight line, not let the hips sag. Bring them straight up and hold it. Heads in line with the spine. You can see I'm starting to shake a little bit. We're going to stay there for 30 seconds to a minute. As we get stronger, we can progress to the full version, and that's typically done on the ground, usually on your elbows, but it also can be done on your hands. So here's a plank on the ground. Again, squeezing your glutes real hard, bracing your abdominals outward. You want to hold it for time. Here's a side plank position. Heads in line with the spine, bracing your abdominals outward. Try not to let your hips sag.